Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg Antoinette, your African relationship expert. I will always guide you with tips in building good relationships. In Africa, 90% of good relationship is achieved by women putting effort to keeping their man through African cultural ethics and values. The modern society has lost a lot of these ethics and values, bringing about a lot of breakups and bad relationships. I'll be your reminder to these ethics and values so that you can be able to mend and build good relationships. If you want tips to mend and build good relationships, then subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And make sure you turn on the bell notification so that when I drop a video, you will be the first to be notified. Before going into a relationship, what are the things you should have? In today's video, I'm going to be addressing the first thing you should have. Maturity in mind. Maturity in mind is simply the way we think over issues, because out of the mind comes out all issues of life. The attitude we portray over issues that we think about or issues that come across us, it's simply tagged as maturity or immaturity. Let's address some immaturity most people exhibit so that we can learn from them and we can use it to change some attitudes that we carry into relationships. We can use this to mend our relationships, and we can be able to build good relationships. So you see, let's look at Bridget and let's learn from what she has done, and let's see how we can use the story of Bridget to amend ours. Bridget was a very good girl. She has gone to school, she has finished her university. She was a very good girl. She's obedient to her parents. She was very good. When she was done with school, she started looking for a job. Then one day, she got the job she was dreaming of. So, mommy had to prepare her for the job. She had to go far away from home to start up this new job. Everybody was excited. She was happy. It's not everybody that finishes school and gets a job immediately. So the excitement was so much in the house. There was a lot of preparations. So when she got to her job, she made new friends. While she was in school, she took excuse for everything she ought to do. She take permission to go to church. She takes permission to go out with her friends. But now, the stage of being in school and the stage of now working has become different. It's not everybody that sees that difference in it. There is a change there. There is a kind of grow up you have to be in. Being in school and now finish school and working. You have to leave the stage of being in school and grow up to working. So there is a lot of changes that is going to go on now. And this is where so many of us lose it. We miss the change. We forget to change. We forget to evolve. So now, there is a kind of emotional dependency that still remains with Bridget. So now, while she's walking, she sees herself still going back for permission, for excuse, to take permission from her parents to do certain things. Okay. So while Bridget was working, she made new friends and they were trying to go for picnic. She called her mother and said, "Mom, my new friends are going for picnic this weekend. Can I go with them? I just met them recently and I don't really know whether it's safe going out with them." And the mom was like, "Bridget, you know them better than I. I don't know them. You work there with them and you should decide." Evolving from the state of being a student, finding maturity to take decisions has not come. So now, there was a guy that begins to fall in love with Bridget, and I'll get married someday, so yeah, I'll go with him. So she begins to date this guy. Yeah, just going okay. But there's a problem here. She has not really detached herself from the emotional dependency she has from home. And now, if the guy calls her Uh, Bridget, I'd love to take you out. Let's travel out of the town. I have some places I would love to take you to. I should kind of like, okay, I'll give you some feedback later. I'll let's talk later. I should go calling mom again. Mom, you know, my guy is kind of like he's taking me out, going for a date out of the town, and the mom comes again. Oh, Bridget, you you ought to decide. You really ought to decide if you feel it's safe for you to go. Yeah, go. Yeah, you know. So there are a lot of people who haven't evolved from that state of emotional dependency to maturity. So when you haven't evolved to maturity, it's difficult to take decisions in relationships. You would always seek permission from people. You ask for people's advice for your own relationship. Relationship is a serious business. It's where two adults have to come together to build something unique for themselves. It's a two people thing, not a general thing. So two of you ought to be matured enough to make decisions for yourself, good decisions that would affect your relationship positively. So many relationships has gone sour because of a third person coming into the relationship, because of people who don't understand where the relationship is going to, and they are giving advice according to how they feel or what they think. So you that is in that relationship, you know better. You should be matured enough to take good decisions for yourself and for your man. And for the man, for yourself and for your woman. You should know how to go about taking good decisions. So, let's try to evolve from emotional dependency from our friends, even from social media, from parents. Growing up, you've heard a lot of advice, you've heard stories about people and their relationship. It's enough for you to be able to decide on how to do things when you go into relationship. So it should be enough for you to ponder in your mind, because your decisions come from your mind. That's why it's called maturity in mind. So when you think about it, then you decide. Then you are matured. So let's try. I know that it's not going to be totally out of the range of going to your friends, your parents, but not everything. No, not everything. Let's try to take decisions for ourselves. It's going to help a lot. It will help your relationship a lot. So let it not be 90% of running to others to ask for advice, decision making. No. Yeah, you ask your parents sometimes for advice, but not all the time. You should know the particular time you go for that. Not all the time. Relationship needs time to nurture. Relationship needs time to build up. And sometimes this advice would not make you build. It would not make it grow. Yeah. Imagine someone that has been in relationship for so many years would give you an advice towards his kind of stage. But you that is just coming up, who is just starting, who needs little things to start with, you can't compare yourself with someone who is already made in his relationship. So you can't take that kind of advice for yours. Your man does not have a car right now. You can't compare yourself with someone that already has a car. So if you are going out, you are going to book a cab. So are you going to make him feel like he's not going to grow up to the extent of buying a car? So now, if you go to someone and say, oh, if he doesn't have a car, then don't go for him. Girl, that's not it. You know, that advice, it's not good, because that man is going to grow to buying a car financially. He will grow financially to buying a car. So you see, that advice is not good for you at that stage in your relationship. So you knowing the state you are in your relationship, you would know what is best for you and your man. So I hope you can use this to correct a lot of that and for building a good relationship. I hope what I shared today would go a long way to helping you. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel. Bye-bye.